It's our
And smoking one smart fish. We proudly declare that yes, we are still and no, we won't. We the lazy are still bad. By getting comfy on our lazy boy furniture. Lazy boy, long live the lazy.
For enamel, clinical enamel strength can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It's clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
All right, okay, juniors, Make America Healthy Again agenda has a new celebrity spokesperson. He made his big debut tonight in a Super Bowl ad, and he probably needs no introduction. Watch.
We're the most powerful country in the world, and we have the most obese, surgery people. Something has to be done about processed food in this country.
Join us now is the only comedian we can find on Super Bowl Sunday who is not invited.
Still right there at the very beginning.
You called me and you begged me. You said, hey, this is a personal favor. The honestly was either that or you were going to go to the Kid Rock show. So we were like, we have to save you. I was watching it live, and you were the one. I saw on YouTube there was one person streaming it, and there was like 100 people on either side. It seemed like it was a very small studio. But I'm talking about it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about realfood.gov. Why Mike Tyson?
This is a layup for you, like.
Oh, well, do you want me to say something about what he eats? No. Okay. No. Hold on. Okay. Well, first I want to say I think it's okay to say people should be eating healthy. Yes. It's not processed yet. We don't have the science on that one. It's not great for you. But Mike Tyson as the spokesperson is very, very strange. And the other thing about this ad was it was directed by the same director of that Melania movie, The Bride. Melania, The Bride.
Features in the Epstein file.
Yes, Brett Ratner. So I think it's a strange choice, but like kind of like Kid Rock doing the halftime show and all the people that are around Donald Trump. It was somebody who was relevant, you know, like in the 80s and the 90s, and now they're like looked at as the biggest star in the world because they have this name appeal. But it's a little bit strange that it's Mike Tyson, and I'm going to throw out because he hasn't been that relevant lately.
Oh, that's why.
I'm not going to do an everybody joke. I'm not going to do it. And I don't mean it like in a bad way, but I don't know him to be kind of like a symbol of health and wellness at his age, right? I mean, like I think for a variety of reasons, but he's not the kind of person that comes to mind as somebody who at his age and at this.
I mean, he looks like he's in decent shape, but
I mean, he's a box, you know. Here, you know, he can definitely still take my time. I'm sure. No problem. I'm not going to get into their life and get my. He said, no, he's going to have meat and ferment. Meat and ferments. Yeah. Let's play this out. Super Bowl Sunday today is a snacking holiday in the U.S. You are as the CEO of Mama. What would you have with a Super Bowl snack? You know, I just eat meat and ferments, and I'm very happy for that. So I'm going to probably have yogurt. Human being. And I can make that the CEO. Well, there's like a little Super Bowl party going on backstage, and there was a blender, and there was raw steak and yogurt. We just threw it in the blender and then meat and ferments. Yeah, you guys are big meat and ferments. Yeah,
it's all you eat.
and he had a little pause there, and he was like, I want to say something weirder, but I'm going to say something. Really say. 2 weeks ago, we were at a Maha event. It was like a Maha convention where a lot of people who are big in the Maha world were speaking there. And Maha is kind of like a gateway drug for other conspiracy theories because there's like a conspiracy mindset to it. And we went to this, and there were these wellness influencers, and also there were people that were talking about like chemtrails and the 2020 election and things like that. And the people who were attending it, I was worrying, like, they might have come here like, oh yeah, I want to eat healthy, I don't want to eat processed food. And then you leave being like, what's coming out of the airplanes? And right. The election was stolen. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. I came here because I don't want processed food, but I'm leaving with no processed food, and 2020 was stolen. And that is literally how the pipeline. No, it is. Yeah. And I think honestly, in like in 2020, I think a lot of people from the left kind of moved over with that. Yes, I know people. Yeah, and then it just opened this way, like if they're doing that to us, then they're definitely feeling the election, and we're eating processed food. And I do think as a rule, maybe don't take medical advice from somebody who swims in raw sewage. Don't even get that. Don't even get us started on our days back in that.
You know, I really wanted to know why he wasn't eating quail, because there was a famous story about him putting the whale on the roof of his car and like grossing out his dog. Presumably, but yeah, I don't want him anyway.
Well, you could throw that in the blender. You could throw that in the.
He didn't say what. We need to and the fact that he threw safe space at Magic Are we have
to meet you. She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking Jardiance, a little pill with a big story to tell. You see, once taking Jardiance can help lower your A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and renal heart disease, Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing, or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So ask your doctor about Jardiance. A little pill with a big story to tell.
Oh, my stomach. Move past pain with Vicks Vapor Freeze. Get hours of pain relief with maximum strength menthol, plus powerful Vicks Vapors. College! Vapor Freeze your pain.
Known for building special bonds, no one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is an immunotherapy known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer, including certain early stage and advanced cancers. One of those cancers is a form of uterine cancer called advanced endometrial carcinoma. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies and then used alone in adults when the cancer has spread over time.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, urge to urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching, or Tell your doctor about conditions, including immune and nervous system problems, such as Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, lupus, chronic senior dogs, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, and organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
See all other types of cancer, Keytruda is available at Keytruda.com, and that is your doctor. Keytruda could be right for you. It's true, Keytruda. No sunshine, not too boring, and no.
Naming a business? Hard. Swagging it out? Easy. Move your business forward with custom ink.
When COPD tried to stop you, you get going. Registry, a 3-in-1 inhaler. Better breathing starting within 5 minutes and helps prevent flare-ups. Registry won't replace the rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It's not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Registry more than prescribed. Registry may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Registry.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who suffer from an upset stomach after a big meal? Try Pepto-Bismol. Unlike some products, Pepto coats and soothes your digestive system to provide fast 5-symptom relief. Stock up on Pepto today.
Your very own Olympic journey begins right here on Peacock. The greatest up close and at every angle. These moments happen live. Witness it all. Major Olympics experience it all on Peacock. MS Now Premium gives you early access and ad-free listening to all of MS Now's original podcasts, including Rachel Maddow Presents Burning, plus exclusive bonus content, and all your favorite shows ad-free. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts.
Bad Bunny just wrapped up his halftime show performance, and I was looking at it on my phone. Just one second ago, the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 9-0 in the third, whatever that means. Jason Sullivan, help me.
We're going to discover about the Seattle. Well, the defense has the story about it. I watched the Bad Bunny halftime, I watched the Super Bowl, and I watched the All-American halftime. What's the headline? The headline is, it's a big game if you're a fan of punting, which is a lot of fun. You haven't missed a lot of it.
But what about the All-American halftime show? How was that?
How was it? It was like if you've seen video like a Turning Point show, like when they have their
Pyrotechnics.
a lot of pyrotechnics, looks like the same exact stage, and they had like a couple hundred people on either side of it. And it was pre-recorded, I believe, because everything was super fast changes that happened in it. It was interesting, and I mentioned this during the break. Kid Rock performed at the 2004 Super Bowl. He was only in it for like 3 minutes. And there was actually a controversy about him in the Super Bowl that was kind of overshadowed by the Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. So Kid Rock performed in the Super Bowl. His attire was an American flag that he cut a hole in and made into a poncho. He performed in that, and then after he performed, there were veterans groups that were like, "This is terrible. This is a desecration of the flag." And I thought it was kind of interesting that he is the headliner of the All-American Super Bowl halftime show when he desecrated the flag, and Donald Trump has said many times, anyone who doesn't respect our great flag needs to get the hell out of here. Those are his words, not mine. So I guess my question is he really All-American, or is he an enemy of the people?
I mean, that's asking questions.
And I'm saying, some people say, a lot of people say,
Catherine read off some of his lyrics yesterday in another conversation that we had. And let's just say at a time when the Epstein files are at the center of national sports, and we think some people would have thought that was too.
yes, and it also was at the Trinity Broadcasting Network, or like a religious broadcasting network.
Yeah.
Was airing it, and Kid Rock, yes, he had those lyrics, but also it says something like, in his heyday, which, arguably was like around 2004, he performed for 3 minutes of the Super Bowl, and now he's the headliner of this other show. And it's kind of like we were talking about before, like everything from Donald Trump, all of these people, they were relevant before, and now they're kind of only relevant because they're involved in all these culture wars that Donald Trump is part of. He did a video, Kid Rock did, where he was shooting Bud Light with a gun, and then there was a video, a picture of him at a party drinking a Bud Light a few months later. So it feels like he's actually more relevant because of Donald Trump and being on Fox News than for being a musician.
Well, it does feel like if you are in Nagaland, you know, kind of slim picking. If you want.
Legally mistaken. There's only so many times that we
Artists in general tend to.
using the word art This is very
I'm saying like that's why it's hard to find like that's why it's the first what was it, the 2016 RNC, it was like the big celebrity they got was Chuck, right? Because there were just not that many people in Hollywood, in arts, and entertainment.
I believe that we got Scott Baio.
Yeah.
YouTube video doing an extra portrait operation apparently. So they did
Oh, it's true.
Yeah. Let me ask you though, maybe you're not going to do a cameo.
I mean, look, full disclosure here.
Okay.
Right before the grand finale of the whole thing, so I don't know, I might have missed something, but I will say, if you're comparing the two halftime shows, the All American was like all boring. It was so boring compared to what Bad Bunny was doing, and like the energy that he was bringing to it. It's very, very boring.
I mean, you spent a lot of time out, and on a kind of end on a bit of slightly serious note. You spent a lot of time out with folks in these MAGA rallies. Is this something that is kind of like always preoccupying their mind about like what it means to be an American, what America looks like? Because I think at the core of this, it was like Bad Bunny does not represent what we want in MAGA to be America. We want hip hop.
No, I think that's totally right. And I think back to talking to somebody in Long Island after Donald Trump put out a tweet that was like, I hate Taylor Swift. And I asked somebody about that, and they were like, musicians need to stay out of politics. They should never be in politics. Then I was like, well, what do you think about Kid Rock? He's like, oh, Kid Rock is awesome. But he's saying the right thing. So,
yeah, and they're all falling over themselves to record videos with Nicki Minaj right now. So, Jason Selvig,
Jason, good to see you.
see you as always. That is going to do it for us on this Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure at home that you follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky. We're going to be right back here next weekend from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern right here on MS Now. I'm Antonia Hilton along with Catherine Renfell and David Mulligan, and we hope you have a great night and a good week.
Lumify Effect. One drop dramatically reduces redness for brighter, whiter-looking eyes that make you go, wow. Lumify works in 1 minute and lasts up to 8 hours. See what all the hype is about with the one and only Lumify.
Guys, you like the jersey?
I haven't watched the Winster started.
Nature made by the Moon.
Nature Made is made to care for fans on any day and every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin supplement drink.
Seven? Buddy,
Yeah.
there's fat there. That cough was pretty bad. Try this Robitussin brand. The only brand with true source certified honey. Mind if I read through your trash?
The powerful cough relief you need.
Sounds like the star can see. And that's terrible. Definitely. That might be something out of school. Conference syllabus? Hard. Conference swag? Easy. New war business. What if it's custom? Right now, living with COPD is hard, but more quickly going on. And if you really listen, you find out your COPD may be different, and your collar could help. The inflammation triggering your flare-ups could be caused by eosinophils. Your collar has target back inflammation, and it's the only once-monthly collar injector for COPD you can do right at home. Picture less flares and less flare-up related hospital visits. Nucala is an add-on injection for uncontrolled COPD with a specific marker of inflammation. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, yet help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop other medicines, including steroids, unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause back pain, diarrhea, and cough. Right now, it may be time for something different. Ask your doctor about Nucala.
Well, look at you powering through. You're not slowing down. You're raising eyebrows. Oh, those feelings. You're really kind of folks. Because you're playing for keeps. In other words, you're in your prime. So keep it that way. You're sure 30 grams of protein to support your muscles and your mindset in a sugar zone.
Total Beats, America's best-selling beef brand, is available at Costco. Total Beats healthy blood pressure substitutes contain a key ingredient clinically shown to support healthy blood pressure. Take control of your health. Head to Costco and get Total Beats healthy blood pressure substitutes today.
our units go down over 300. Just use the better
Beets, America's best-selling beef brand, is available at Costco. Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews contain a key ingredient clinically shown to support healthy blood pressure. Take control of your health. Head to Costco and get Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews today. Good evening. I'm Ali Belshi here in New York.
And I'm Stephanie Rule, and welcome to the MS Now Special Report revealed inside the Epstein files. Tonight, we're going to try and make sense of the millions of Epstein documents that were released by Donald Trump's Justice Department. That includes over 3 million separate documents just released on January 30th. The Justice Department had to do this because of the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
Now, the Epstein Files Transparency Act is a law that was passed by Congress and signed in November by Donald Trump. MS Now has also obtained a letter that was sent by Trump's Justice Department to members of Congress confirming that they will, in fact, be allowed to view the Epstein files without redaction.
Big news.
That's a very big deal, and that's starting on Monday. The files are going to be available to lawmakers in a reading room at the DOJ headquarters, but it comes with some strings.
At the reading room, these files are not getting out. The letter sent by Assistant Attorney General Patrick Davis states the following. No outside electronic devices will be allowed in the reading room. Members may take notes. Members must abide by all applicable legal restrictions regarding the dissemination of any information reviewed. We are confident that this review will further demonstrate the department's good faith work to appropriately process an enormous volume of documents in a very short time. Let me just say, it wasn't that short a time. They have been working on
They've
this.
known this was coming for a while. It was November when the bill was signed, so they had at least that much time. But they knew this was coming because there was so much pressure building. But that whole thing about good faith, that's the claim that the department's good faith work. That's the claim that's likely to raise plenty of eyebrows for the point you just made. Some of Donald Trump's most ardent supporters, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, have turned on him precisely because there's no evidence that the Trump administration has actually been acting in good faith at all. In fact, many of the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse, including Haley Robson, with whom we're going to speak in just a few moments, they've been exceedingly critical of how the administration has actually handled it.
In fact, members of the House Oversight Committee say they believe the Justice Department is still holding on to half of the files. I'm going to say it again, half. Many of Epstein survivors also claim that he trafficked girls and women not just for himself, but for a host of other men, and we still do not have evidence to prove or disprove those very allegations.
All right, let's begin our conversation tonight with MS Now senior legal reporter Lisa Rubin. Lisa, thank you first of all for being with us tonight. We're trying to make sense of all this. It's so much information that we're trying to put it all together. So what stands out to you about what we know so far and maybe more importantly, what we don't?
Well, let's talk about what stands out to me about what we know so far, because I think this last week represented the media sort of searching for salacious low-hanging fruit. We know a lot more about who's making $15,000 contributions to private schools in New York, for example, than we did before, but I'm not sure that further advances the ball of finding out who is actually responsible and complicit in the ring of sex trafficking that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell perpetrated for quite some time, and increasingly with more and more braverness as it went on. One of the things that I think stands out to me is that when you dump 3 million pages, as the Department of Justice has, filled with redactions, but also not filled with redactions, it becomes impossible for the public to differentiate between an anonymous tip called into the FBI's Red Operations Center on the one hand, and someone whose story has been vetted and re-vetted and gone over multiple times with the FBI and the Department of Justice. So there is a huge range of credibility with respect to things that people have alleged about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And putting them all together, lumping them all in one big production, makes it impossible for many people to separate the wheat from the chaff, and in the end, really undermines the stories of those people that have held up over time. By making them all seem like they are equal, it both elevates the anonymous tip that doesn't pan out and depresses the testimony, for example, of people who spent a lot of time with DOJ and the FBI and testified at Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, sort of makes them all equivalent. It makes it hard for people to separate the two.
Donald Trump, while he does not have any direct email with Jeffrey Epstein, which shouldn't be a surprise, Donald Trump doesn't use email, he's mentioned tens of thousands of times. Is there any reason to believe that he truly knew what Jeffrey Epstein was up to?
I think Donald Trump has told us himself, I don't need the Epstein files to know for that. Except when he has made some of his comments about, for example, why he stopped associating with Jeffrey Epstein. He made a comment at the White House that he stopped talking to Jeffrey Epstein because Jeffrey Epstein was a creep. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. But that wasn't even true. Yes, it was true he was a creep, but the timeline he's used over the years with when he threw him out of Mar-a-Lago doesn't line up with the document. It doesn't. But he was taking him on good faith. It seemed as if Donald Trump was perturbed that Jeffrey Epstein poached Virginia Giuffre, who was one of the most prominent accusers, from her job at Mar-a-Lago, when she was working a summer job in the spa. She was approached by Ghislaine Maxwell, sitting outside, reading a book about how to become a professional masseuse. And that's how she got entangled in Jeffrey Epstein as well. When Donald Trump has commented about that, he appears to be talking about Virginia, saying that Jeffrey Epstein poached one of his employees. If he had understood that Jeffrey Epstein poached a teenage employee and was allegedly running a finance business, why you don't ask yourself, what is a teenager doing working for this person in their finance business, but at their home? It seems to me that Donald Trump should have been asking himself questions a long time ago, and in ways that don't even necessarily implicate these facts.
It's a second round for a minute because we want to now get to the crux of this matter with Haley Robinson. Haley was 16 years old when she met Jeffrey Epstein. Before it became law, she spoke along with many survivors of Epstein's crimes in support of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Haley, thank you for being with us. We're sorry that you have to keep on doing this. You have to keep on not just telling us the story, which is important, but trying to just get something honest out of the Department of Justice. They've played, this is over. We've got the files we're going to get, and there's no more prosecution to have. How does that make you feel?
I don't think the DOJ or this administration gets to call it quits. They're not in charge anymore. And I think that's part of the problem. They're not realizing it. The survivors are not going away. We are not going to sit back. We are going to keep fighting and keep moving forward. And we have some incredible attorneys and a lot of support. And we are going to keep the pressure on as much as we can.
Sloppy redactions expose the name of many survivors. Some women, in the first 2 days, they just moved photos of some survivors. If it wasn't for the New York Times alerting the DOJ, they would still be up there. What was that been like for you and some other survivors that I know you're in communication with?
To be clear, I'm flabbergasted at this whole chaotic situation. I mean, when you don't think it could get any worse, and then you hold your breath and you're like, oh, it just got worse. You know, to be quite clear on my rate, they've done a very sloppy job. It's been very unprofessional. It's been heartless, and this is what I would consider a war on not just the sexual assault survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, but this is a war on every survivor that has ever come forward. This is retribution. That's what it feels like for us.
Do you think that America will ever learn the names of these other men that you and other survivors have sent trafficked in? Because there's a lot of other men whose names continue to be redacted.
So I would like to be honest in answering this, and I hope I don't offend the media. I actually do think it's possible. But I think for now, I think the goal or maybe a game plan should be, let's back off Trump for a little bit and stop making it about him, because there are other men that are equally involved in those files. So let's refocus the energy on some of the other men that are or have already been named, and let's open up an investigation and see if they are going to implicate other men in the process. Let's wait and see what the Clintons do. Maybe they'll be the ones to save the day. But I definitely think it's possible if we can refocus our energy on not just Trump, but let's move away from that and start focusing on the other individuals that have been implicated or named in the file.
I appreciate you saying that, because, and frankly, you should be as critical of the media as you like, because we can hit that and we should take all of this criticism. Talk to me about the refocusing, because there is an issue here in that there are a lot of people who follow this because they wonder whether this is going to be the thing that brings Donald Trump down. I understand why people believe that and care about that, but that's not even close to being the most important story here, right? The survivors are the most important story. The idea that there's sex trafficking of girls is the most important story. Tell me more about the refocus that you'd like to see, that you and the survivors would like to see from us.
And can I ask, is there anyone specific?
Anyone specific for all of them, specifically Acosta. You know, I personally, for me, it's, I hate to speak for the survivors since we're all individual human beings.
Yeah, thank you.
But I think the refocus does need to happen, and I think as a group of survivors, we need to take a step back and we need to start pulling away from this administration and Trump and expecting them to help us, and really, you know, and I know Congress, I mean, I'm so thankful for Thomas Massey and Rotana, but I know that they have poured their heart and soul into this, and I know that if we can get with Congress and come up with a game plan of, hey, listen, we know that there have been people named. We know that there's probably a slim chance that there's going to be investigations, but let's get this taken care of. Let's refocus on the other people that are named in these files. So maybe those people will like implicate other people along the way. It's usually how it happens. I obviously don't have a written strategic plan, but I'm open to listening to Congress. I'm open to working with the
Pets are always, it is the best part about having guests join us along. Pets are welcome.
I'm so sorry. But yes, I would love to speak to Congress. I would love to speak to my attorneys. I would love to speak with some of the other girls and see about coming up with a strategy to refocus and revamp on some of the other names that are in those files. I don't think strategy-wise for us to keep focusing on just Trump alone is going to get us anywhere, because we're already being met with so much resistance from the DOJ and from other individuals. So I think it's time that we need to refocus and then come back to it.
Haley, thank you so much. And one day we're going to have you on to talk about things that are a little more celebratory than this, but I appreciate the work that you and the other survivors are doing to keep us in old.
Thank you.
Haley Ross.
Thank you.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary to hear Haley say they're not giving up. They're going to continue to fight, right? She wants to speak to Congress. She's got a legal team. Do you believe we are going to get these other 3 million pages, or the fact that we learned today that Congress is going to see this first 3 million unredacted? To me, that seems like a big positive.
It is a big positive, but it also puts us in drawbacks for the victims. A number of the survivors will say to me, I've never seen my own file. I don't know what's in there about me in a fully unredacted way. I would have liked to have the luxury of getting to review that by myself before everyone in the American people that normal. This whole process stuff is not normal, right? It's not normal for Congress to pass a law that requires the revelation of all sorts of investigative material that usually remains concealed by the FBI, by the Department of Justice, or under court order. So it's hard to say whether it's normal when this whole thing is not normal. But I want to put the focus back on what she said. Will we ever know some of the names? I think we will, but I don't think they're going to come out of the names of survivors. Out of the mouths of survivors, because there's too much disincentive for them to say it. If you think about some of the history here, many of the survivors, and one survivor in particular, was sued again and again by people who said that she defamed them by accusing them of complicity or participation in criminal assault.
Famous people in there, and the survivors are generally not.
Correct, and most of them are not just not rich and famous. Some of them are even what we call judgment proofs, meaning they couldn't satisfy even a small fraction of the defamation judgment against them. And as a result, many of them are afraid to say the names that they hold in their heads and hearts every single day. So I think if we learn names, it will come out of the mouths of members of Congress on the basis of this investigation. And that's where your question about their being able to review some of these files fully unredacted is important. Because what they were supposed to redact was victim identifying information. But there are a number of times where I have seen redactions being filed, other people here at MS Now have seen redactions that don't seem to be about protecting victims at all. And they want to get underneath them and understand who those people are and who is supposed to be protected here.
It's a remarkable story that these survivors continue to do this because, as you said, it's almost like a re-victimization on a daily basis.
Not almost, did it?
None of this would happen if these survivors hadn't met personally with Nancy Mace, with Marjorie Taylor Greene, with Earl
With
Klein.
that pressure and done those press conferences outside.
100%.
All right, thanks, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
My goodness, we're in for it. Coming up, getting accountability for those survivors. We're going to ask a former federal prosecutor where the investigation should go next.
Sarah Benjamin, bringing Democracy Online, LLC.
See,
Yeah, she sold to Twin Stadium.
you know, like stadiums, it's so expensive these days. Here you go.
Oh, it's freeze to install.
You too? I'll be around to do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options.
What's that? The right money means art is absurd, isn't it?
See the difference.
It's on my stomach. Move past pain with Vicks Vapor Freeze. Get hours of pain relief with maximum strength menthol, plus powerful Vicks Vapors. College! Vapor Freeze your pain.
After a full day of everything, a lazy boy recliner keeps you from zero to lazy. The second you become one with the cushions, instantly you're surrounded by more comfort than humanly possible. And the fit feels made for you. And you too. Get the comfort you deserve and try for yourself at a Lazy Boy store. It's the President's Day sale. Save on recliners starting from $2.99. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
And I realized, I don't know what to say. That's what they're going to do.
Like you're talking my love language.
Why don't they take it with classes online? Oh, only pay for Why do you about the constant cleanliness like this? Then I started taking local flavor. With 60 years of clinical experience, it's the #1 doctor recommended brand for human. And now, it's finally free. Back to local flavor.
Another morning walk with that rose feel roses. Days to be different. No way. We still get to see each other all the time.
If you can put menopause osteoporosis and a high-risk fracture, you can medically bring new bone in just 12 months with a benefit. The only bone builder that also has a full bone loss and a bone experience significantly reduce spine fractures.
I love the cool stuff we're doing. We're still talking about exploring yay for building new bones.
Limited to increases the heart attack, stroke, or death from heart failure. So the doctor if you have a heart attack or stroke. Do not take a benefit if you have no blood counts or are allergic to it. Have serious events with hypothermia. Signs include rash, cramps, swelling of the throat or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing. Also spasms and cramps, numbness, or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jaw-breaking problems. If they have been reported with identity, report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with identity. Ask your doctor about building a new bone with Identity.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates teeth to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Thank you.
For 2 weeks, on CHC, broadcasting DC University is how we bring the Olympics home to America.
do you think about your last year's survey and what you want to accomplish for this next year? Do you trust the FBI to handle the oversight of this investigation? That is what EJ does. They have power to attempt.
You're looking at the weaponization of the institution.
That's right. Our democracy is relying on public servants to do the right thing.
Donald Trump's Justice Department is not considering bringing any additional criminal charges at all related to Jeffrey Epstein, despite having released millions of pages from the Epstein files. And that's according to Donald Trump's former personal defense attorney, who is now the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, Todd Blanche.
There's a lot of correspondence, there's a lot of emails, there's a lot of photographs, there's a lot of horrible photographs that appear to be taken by Mr. Epstein or people around him, but that doesn't allow us necessarily to prosecute somebody, and that's what's important for the American people, and the victims want to be made whole, and so we want that. The Attorney General wants that more than anything, but that doesn't mean we can just create evidence or that we can just kind of come up with a case that isn't there.
Now, for months, Donald Trump and his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, slow walked the full release of the Epstein files, and then they refused to meet the deadline completely. It was written into law by Congress. But what if the Trump administration had instead supported a full investigation in the mold of, Jack Smith's investigation into Donald Trump? Would the Justice Department be in a place where it could actually hold more individuals accountable, and maybe almost as important, have the trust of the American people? Because right now, given how this rodeo has gone, they don't.
Nobody knows what to believe. Media records joining us after the former district attorney in Westchester County, New York, and former assistant United States attorney for the Southern District of New York. Really great to see you. Thank you for being with us. That wasn't all Todd Blanche has had to say about this. He's been wildly dismissive of this whole situation. Putting aside the fact that he was Donald Trump's lawyer, and lawyers always have an obligation to anyone who is ever their client, and putting aside the fact that that was a weird thing that he did going in and talking to Ghislaine Maxwell, putting aside what you think about Todd Blanche's performance, this is pretty dismissive.
Very dismissive. And I think the most shocking thing that he said, the way that he put sort of another version of what he said to Dana Bash there, was on Fox News. He said, partying with Epstein, the American public needs to understand that partying with Epstein is not a crime. Okay, first of all, can we just say that it depends on your definition of partying, right? I mean, partying with minors who people are having sex with, yes, it is. Okay, but maybe even if it's not a crime, okay, we're a few weeks away from spring break, right? And if there are some people in spring break who, engage in a wet t-shirt contest and post it on social media, they'll lose their job offers to be first-level analysts at a bank or a paralegal. But we're talking about some of the most powerful people in almost any industry out there. And their lewd and vile and disgusting behavior. And by the way, last time I checked, it's really easy for a really rich guy to meet women. But instead of going the traditional way, this is how they roll. And Todd Blanche's response is, it's not illegal? Right. I mean, the point you're making, which is a really important one, is not everything needs to be a crime for us to be talking about it and giving it importance and for it to have some kind of consequence, right? I mean, we're seeing that with, Larry Summers had to step back from his role. Various people in other countries, in England, have lost their titles. There should be consequences above and beyond just crime. I mean, I'm a former prosecutor, we tend to talk about it. Todd Blanche, though, is even taking that point, which is, again, a really, really important one. But he is dismissing the possibility of crime, again, in a very arrogant kind of, bro fist bump kind of way that I found offensive, and I'm sure the survivors did. But he also is dismissing it without saying, he's missing a big step, the investigative step. He should say, well, we can't prosecute anybody. Well, there's no crime.
Right, that doesn't mean there's nothing that you could do.
But I want to get an email as an example. Can we pull up, there's one email I want us to look at on the screen. Can we pull up that? Okay. The sender's name is redacted. Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. Help us understand. We don't, obviously the name is redacted.
help us understand the mindset of the DOJ that they would think that person should have their name protected. I cannot explain that. I mean, it is shocking to me that that is redacted, and that is one of the most astounding things about the release of these files, is the number of redactions of people who have what seem to be incriminating emails with Epstein. We don't know who they are. We don't know if it's the same person. We don't know if it's different people. There's a whole, isn't that, like, I don't want to accuse them of anything, but don't they need, when you read an email like that, you assume worse. Isn't that why we need the DOJ to explain for that?
Right, there could be a perfectly good answer to that email, but we don't know it, and no one would trust it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine a perfectly innocent explanation, but the point of this act, of this law, that they do not seem to be in compliance with, was actually to get out into the public domain people who are having discussions or email correspondence like this, and then for the DOJ to do follow-up investigation. Now, that doesn't mean that there is a crime to charge. I mean, on that point, Tabloid is like almost right. It means that you should do investigation, though, to determine it, and they have ruled out that important step of even doing the
There was an investigation once, and it was very strange because the top line went down to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. A lot of people said, why would the Deputy Attorney General be doing that? And even if you thought that was an appropriate thing for the Deputy Attorney General to have done, Todd Blank himself probably wasn't the person to do it because he has ties to Donald Trump. There was somebody named Maureen Coleman, who was at the Southern District of New York, with whom you've worked, who was investigating. A lot of people said, it would have been interesting if Maureen Coleman was in that room having that conversation. At least she would know what to ask. We're not even sure that Todd Blank would have known what questions to ask him doing that.
100%, but they fired Maureen Coleman just a few months before that. Coincidence? I don't know. But they fired her for no good reason. They gave no reason. There was no good reason. I know Maureen very well. Her supervisor, she's a legend in the office. She's a phenomenal and aggressive prosecutor. She will bring charges when there are charges to bring, and no one's going to really stop her if there are valid charges to bring. And the idea that they would be doing this kind of thing and talking to Ghislaine Maxwell without her at least input is malpractice, really.
Unbelievable situation. Thank you, Christine. Thank you.
I have a feeling you'll be back on this subject.
Former federal prosecutor in Westchester County District Attorney. Maybe.
When we come back, what the Epstein Files release has exposed about Jeffrey Epstein's network of powerful men in tech, entertainment, the academic world, even British royalty. Almost none of them have faced accountability, and only a few have suffered professional punishment for their involvement with the country's most notorious child sex predator. That is next on Reveal Inside the Epstein Files.
Is your asthma rescue a dinosaur? Air Super is the only asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Air Super should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Super more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Ask your doctor if Air Super is right for you.
What do you think about T-Mobile home internet only being $35 a month?
You need to take your mind off of this. Come check out my new man cave. T-Mobile's got LTE. It's $35 a month and guaranteed for 5 years.
We knew our last Verbo was going to be incredible. We didn't know the hot tub was broken. But thanks to Verbo Care and 24/7 live support, they moved us. Better place, better hot tub.
Got any room for that?
Baby genders. Teenagers are full of surprises. Verbo is not. If you know, you Verbo. I looked in the mirror and all I could see were these deep lines staring back at me. So that's when I thought about booking Botox cosmetic consultation. Sometimes as a parent, you just put yourself on the back burner, and that's okay, but it's also okay to do something for you. So I carve out 15 minutes every 4 months for a treatment. Booking a consultation is a way to take time for you, and I'm confident about my results. Botox cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxin, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Claire, and I got treated with the one and only Botox cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Lumify effect. One drop dramatically reduces redness for brighter, whiter-looking eyes that make you go, wow. Lumify works in 1 minute and lasts up to 8 hours. See what all the hype is about with the one and only Lumify.
Some are stunned. Meet past pain with Vicks Vapor Freeze. Get hours of pain relief with maximum strength menthol, plus powerful Vicks Vapors. College! Vapor Freeze your pain.
The first day back from maternity is so weird. We get it. Find a caregiver who does too. When it's not you, it's care.com.
I never thought I would develop shingles. I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate. Don't learn the hard way like I did. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Nutrition's latest offers. Total Beets, America's best-selling beef brand, is available at Costco. Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews contain a key ingredient clinically shown to support healthy blood pressure. Take control of your health. Head to Costco and get Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews today.
Many people with stubborn acne come to me after wasting money on products that don't work. That's why Proactive developed a clear skin routine you can trust. Proactive routines kill acne-causing bacteria at the source for clear skin now and fewer breakouts later. I know these routines will give my patients the results they've been looking for. That's why I recommend Proactive. You'll love your skin with Proactive. Shop now at Proactive.com to get your free gift certificates. Also available at these retailers.
Total Beets, America's best-selling beef brand, is available at Costco. Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews contain a key ingredient clinically shown to support healthy blood pressure. Take control of your health. Head to Costco and get Total Beets Healthy Blood Pressure Sock Chews today.
When it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and those millions of pages of documents, we would not be here today without the women who stood up publicly to speak about what they experienced. Women like Hallie Robson, who we just spoke to. As we learn more about Epstein's years of abuse, it is very important to remember, this is not about partisanship. This is about power and privilege, and the way people in these circles can abuse that. And we are learning so much about the huge network Epstein had with powerful and important men in technology, real estate, finance, entertainment, medicine, the law, academia, American and international politics, and yes, even British royalty. Many of them who stayed in contact with Epstein even after he pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor in Florida back in 2008. The emails I am going to take you through happened after that. And these are just some of the people we learned about in this latest batch. Because many of the documents, as we said, have been heavily redacted, not to mention the DOJ is still holding on to millions more pages, which they say they're not releasing. Let's start with the one. The richest man in the world, and one of Donald Trump's powerful allies. Last year, Musk posted online, quote, Epstein tried to get me to go to his island and I refused. Here's the thing, the new documents show Musk tried to socialize with Epstein. In 2012, Musk asked Epstein, quote, what day/night will be the wildest party on your island? Now, over the weekend, Musk wrote, I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island. But Musk did not appear to be addressing the emails around the party that he specifically had with Epstein, or the emails in 2013 that appear to show Epstein's staff coordinating a visit for him to SpaceX.
one of Musk's main companies. Then there's Steve Tisch. He's a film producer and co-owner of the NFL's New York Giants. Tisch is mentioned more than 400 times in the files. Messages between Tisch and Epstein show Epstein offering to connect Tisch to several women. In one 2013 exchange about a woman, Tisch wrote, quote, pro or civilian? Yeah, civilian. In a statement from the Giants, Tisch said in part that he only had, quote, brief association where we engaged females about adult women. We had to clarify, adult women and other topics. He said that he never took Epstein up on, quote, any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he's a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with, quote. Dr. Peter Attia, to be named for a lot of people, the celebrity longevity influencer, appeared in the files more than 1,700 times. Their friendship appears to have started back in 2014 and included visits to Epstein's home in Manhattan, as well as occasionally crude emails about him. In 2015, Attia wrote, the biggest problem with becoming friends with you, the life you lead is so outrageous, and yet I cannot tell a soul. This week, Attia published a lengthy apology on social media, calling some of his emails embarrassing, tasteless, and indefensible. He also stressed that he was not involved in any criminal activity. Next, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the man formerly known as the United Kingdom's Prince Andrew. His name appears several hundred times in these new documents. That includes an invitation for Epstein to have dinner at Buckingham Palace in 2010. The photos that appear to show Andrew kneeling over an unidentified woman who's lying on the floor. He has long denied any wrongdoing. Then there's Brad Park, the longtime chair of Paul Weiss, one of the biggest and most prestigious law firms in America. The documents show Epstein's team arranging for Park's children to attend a Woody Allen film screening. In 2015, the day after a scheduled dinner, including Park and Allen, Park emailed Epstein to say, you are an extraordinary host and you're amazing. On Monday, the law firm issued a statement to the New York Times qualifying their interactions, saying Park regrets those interactions, but by Wednesday, Park abruptly stepped down as chairman of Paul Weiss. The Wall Street Journal reported some of the firm's top partners decided he could not continue in that role, but he does remain firm. Finally, Donald Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick last year, Lutnick acknowledged that he used to be neighbors with Epstein. That happens, can't help that. And he chose to speak about when Epstein had he and his wife over for a tour of his home back in 2005.
Certain steps against different house teams. It's my life to decide. But I will never be in a room with that disgusting person. So I was never in anything social for business or even philanthropy. Back out there, I was known as his boss.
He chose to say this a few months ago. That never. 2005. But here is what the New York Times said on Wednesday when the Epstein files revealed about a trip with his wife and children. Quote, Lutnick planned a visit to Epstein's island in 2012, long after 2005, and he severed ties with Epstein right around 2005. Which by phone on Friday, Lutnick said he could not comment about the island visit because he had not seen the latest Epstein documents. Didn't say he didn't go. He hadn't seen it. He said, I spent zero time with him. He didn't hang up. The gathering was set for December 23rd, 2012. One day later, an assistant to Epstein forwarded Lutnick a message from Epstein, and it said, nice seeing you. On Monday, Fox News Laura Ingraham asked Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche about the men who partied with Epstein, men like Donald Trump before he became president. And a reminder, Blanche used to be Trump's personal attorney.
It is not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. And so it's horrible as it's not a crime to email with Mr. Epstein. And some of these men, they have done horrible things. And if we have evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But it's also the kind of thing that the American people need to understand that it isn't a crime to party with Mr. Epstein.
He's correct. It's not illegal to party with Jeffrey Epstein, but what the files reveal is how extensive Epstein's contacts were. even after he pleaded guilty to soliciting prostitution from a child in 2008 and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. In the years after his conviction, that apparently did not matter to lots of powerful people until it did. And when their names resurfaced in connection with Epstein, some downplayed their contact with him, others denied the stories outright. But the documents revealed a different story, one of power and privilege, where some of the most powerful people acted as if they lived in a world different from the rest of us, one without consequences. But the more we learn, that might not be the case for me.
It's an incredible story. And when you realize that Epstein didn't really seem qualified for the financial advice and money management services that he was performing for people, it begs the question, why were all these people so all over Jeffrey Epstein after he was convicted? After it was known what he did? After he was sentenced? It boggles the mind. Interesting. All right, coming up next, one investigative reporter who doggedly followed the money and the money men in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Join us next.
Lumify effects. One drop dramatically reduces redness for brighter, whiter-looking eyes that make you go, wow. Lumify works in 1 minute and lasts up to 8 hours. See what all the hype is about with the one and only Lumify. Known for pursuing your passions. No one wants to be known for cancer, but it truly can be. Keytruda is an immunotherapy known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer. One of those cancers is early-stage non-small cell lung cancer. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies before surgery when you have early-stage lung cancer, which can be removed by surgery, and then continued alone after surgery to help prevent the lung cancer from coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of the body during or after treatment.